Biafrans demand for justice for Maazi Simon Ekpa, a prisoner of conscience in Finland, who is standing to save the life of people. Justice for Simon Ekpa, justice for all Biafrans. Let us continue to demand for justice for Maazi Simon Ekpa. He is innocent and must be released unconditionally. Nigerian government is the one responsible for all atrocities happening in Biafra land. Maazi Simon Ekpa is innocent and must be released. Justice for Maazi Simon Ekpa. Justice for Biafrans. Like and share the program to all platforms. Like and share to family and friends. Share to people around you to join us as we go into our evening section of the broadcast.
Let me say something. Biafrans, please, this is our Prime Minister. We came here, we are not allowed to come in, but they just surprised us. And we appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes, that's not the truth.
Government are the one responsible for the killing of our people.
Yes, we all know that.
I am here because of the life of my people.
Yes.
And we are not giving up.
Yeah. No, never.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Honestly.
This is my weekend word. This is like a push word. This is too Panigram. I'm in Italy, USA. About the one lady girl. Money they go to work. Money they work for bank. Then I enter for motor. Wherever they go. Wherever they go. Opposite good. But they don't be on the side. I'm on the school. I see people run. I see people run. Then I say, brother, can I find waiting they happen? Can I find waiting they happen? Can I find the body by? See no day for dog. See no day for dog. If we better you take your eye and see. Then I call the driver. Driver waiting. Driver waiting. This is my weekend word. This is like a push word. This is too Panigram. I'm in Italy, USA. About the one lady girl. Money they go to work. Money they work for bank. Let the universe bear witness to the sacred code. The ground beneath us does not yield to seasonal guests. The tenant cannot sack the landlord. The employee can never sack the employer.
Like and share the program to all platforms. Like and share the program to family and friends. Like and share the program to everyone that is close to you. Join us. We must continue to expose the Zoological Republic and their criminality.
The sentence is passed, your names are permanently erased. Chikaedosi, agents, stay off from IPOB. You no longer speak, you no longer act for the children of light. The employee cannot fire the boss. Tenant cannot sack the landlord. Nnamdi Kanu is the leader, the supreme leader of IPO. Through the trials, through the chains, his word remains absolute. Whatever Nnamdi Kanu says goes. Whatever the supreme leader says goes. They thought darkness could hide the shadows of beauty. They forgot the soil remembers every treacherous deed. After the illegal extraction, when the leader was taken away, the enemies of the struggle came out to play. Governor David he paid $500,000 of blood money bribe to buy cars for the scholars of shame. They took the cash, sabotaged the release, and traded the crown, private media houses, just to tear the leader's legacy down. But the truth is a rock, it crushes the hand that betrays. But in the darkest hour, the true guardian stood high, refusing to let the message of restoration die. We lift our voices to honor the ones who defended the light, the shield of the truth in the dead of the night. Thank you, Biafra, thank God, media for standing so bold, for ensuring the truth the truth was always told. Salute to the dedicated souls of heaven, standing the test. Salute to the rising sun, yielding and blessed, and the ambassador for self-determination marching ahead. Keeping the fire burning for the living and the dead. Defending the leader, you shielded the name from the stem. Oh, whatever Nnamdi Kanu say goes. Whatever the supreme leader says. The fourth force is here, working with global power to heal the land. The genocide must stop, the boss has spoken. Victory is absolute.
Like and share the program to all platforms. Invite people to join us as we go on our evening program. ga-eme after December. Mana ọ ga-ebido mebe n'oge maka na anyị ga-akọghị ehihie chọwa ewu ojii nnukwu chejie. The Biafra land will never allow the enemies of our people, our culture, our belief and way of life to securely in the street. The earlier they pack their bag and baggages and leave our land for the defense of our women and children, the better for them. The convention will generate a legal document. I get this way, was on one in it. Go to Bokamuga, organize Biafra. Maganaya before, up to this today is only awareness that now we are not wanted in Nigeria. It is only awareness that Nigeria was not created to favor every indigenous person within that Nigeria area. And so, it is for the best interest of everybody that we go our separate ways to develop ourselves in the best way possible. So we can value and recognize our culture, our differences, and develop our land, ourselves, and compete among nations. Where criminals and fraudsters will not be vying to positions with the money they stole from America. That is what we're fighting for. Yes. All of you remember those who promised to bring 25 kilos cars to kill our people in Biafra land. They are all involved in the internet scam. Yeah. Those who was bragging how they would bring dealers from Abuja to stop us, they are all involved. The local government chairman that was arrested by the FBI on multi-billion-dollar fraud, they are all together. They are the people bragging how they are going to bring healers to kill our people in Anambra. Today, where are they? Biafra, I don't want to end this fight. We will to our next generation. Onye ọbụla ga-afụ ya n'anya, onye si na ya ga-anọ bịa ya kwado dịkwa were ya maka anyị ejidewa gị anyị jide ọ dịbe ụlọ mkparịta dike jide
miss your voice, your guiding light, but your spirit keeps the fire burning bright. From the streets to the villages, the message go round. Every voice, every soul in a freedom sound. No prison can silence what the truth has begun. Like the rising of the moon and the shining of the sun. Hey, they can try to hold you down, but they don't understand. This is bigger than a man, it's the cry of a lion. From the learners to the youth, everybody know. Freedom is a seed and it's already grown. Oh, we gon' rise again. We gon' go fair through the pain. Your voice we hear. We know He will be free. Oh yeah. In our hearts, in our dreams, we believe. Simon Ekpa, we call your name. Born for the struggle, born for the flame. We know He will be free. One day, through the night, we go see better day. We miss your voice, your guiding light. From your spirit is the fire burning bright. Even in absence, you're never gone. In every prayer, in every song, your strength lives on, your fire remains. Breaking the silence, breaking the day. Sunshine, time, freedom, freedom, we cry. Freedom, freedom, we rise. We know He will be free. Oh yeah. In our hearts, in our dreams, we believe. Simon Ekpa, we call your name. Born for the struggle, born for the flame. We know He will be free. One day, through the night, we gonna see better day. We miss your presence. Hear the light. Nnamdi Kanu is not condemning any group. While Nnamdi Kanu is not condemning any group whatsoever. Just like I am supporting any group at all, so long as you are fighting against it. While Nnamdi Kanu is not supporting, is not condemning any group. The people that claim to follow him today, they say Simon Ekpa is a terrorist. Simon Ekpa is this. Simon Ekpa is that. After 10 good months of fighting Simon Ekpa, they didn't achieve anything. After 10 months of fighting Simon Ekpa, they didn't achieve anything. Yet, they are now changing to Simon Ekpa is a terrorist. Simon Ekpa is the leader of a non-government. Try this regime. And they are looking for freedom. You see, the more you blackmail me, the more you are blackmailing yourself. You think you are blackmailing me. You are blackmailing yourself. You don't know that? When the BBC came and do their nonsense disinformation, is it only Simon Ekpa that they showed this?
Oh, they were all there.
Simon Ekpa? You all
were there.
All of you were there. You could not even defend yourself. The same Simon Ekpa you are calling all manner of names defended you there. And let me tell you, even when they mentioned Simon Ekpa, the issue they mentioned Simon Ekpa, there was nothing. I can defend anything I said. All of you, you could not defend yourself. Yet, you blackmail me. You think that when you blackmail me, when they want to call them, they call Holy Ekpa. All of you, your picture were there. Did you see my picture in the write-up? No. My picture was high, my video was hidden in the video. But all of you, the picture was there. Every day you look for Simon Ekpa, you post. Simon Ekpa is a one quarter. Simon Ekpa is a very man. Simon Ekpa is this. When the things begin to happen, you think it doesn't, they will call you.
Definitely.
And when the issue started, you could not defend yourself. You couldn't defend yourself. BBC did not say it was Simon Ekpa. BBC put your picture, all of you, as you were blackmailing Simon Ekpa, they did not say it was, they put all of your picture. So this one, they said, we are going to kill this one, we are going to kill that one. All of your picture was there.
They were there.
Video was there.
Absolutely.
Yet, you will wake up every day to blackmail Simon Ekpa. And if you don't, of course, some of you can never live.
They will never.
Hatred and jealousy of Simon Ekpa have beclouded the brain that doesn't even have at all. I do not know when they are going to learn. They think when they promote Simon Ekpa by calling Simon Ekpa criminal, BBC will come and say Simon Ekpa. All of you, the more you are calling me a terrorist, the way you are calling me a terrorist is the same thing you are calling yourself.
Absolutely.
You think when you be a terrorist, I will be oh Jesus Christ. This BBC disinformation should have teach all of you a lesson. You think when you come to social media because you hate me, because you are jealous of me, because you don't like me, you think when you call me criminal, you are going to pay for everything you say.
Sure.
You are going to pay. You carry my name and blackmail. Simon Ekpa is the leader of a non-government. Simon Ekpa is this one. Simon Ekpa is that one. You see the way BBC is dealing with you people. If anything is going to happen anywhere, you are going to also be
dragged into it.
And you can't even defend yourself.
For where?
It's what boss.
Team Pataka. You Gambia.
Get yourself educated, you say no. Go to school, you say no. Simon Ekpa every day. Simon Ekpa every morning. All right.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us on this very evening program. I appreciate everyone that has connected. Wherever you are connecting from, please like and share the program and invite others to join. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe, because we are in a very critical time, a very important period. This is a time where everything is going to be put before the whole world. It is a very critical moment, a moment that every single thing matters. We cannot ignore any information. This is a moment we need the world to hear our voice and hear us clear. As they are trying to silence us, this is the time for us to make noise more than ever before. That is why it is important, as you join this program, you like and share. Don't watch the program alone. As you join the program, don't watch alone. Invite somebody to join. Invite somebody. Those that have questions, those that are confused, those that are looking for support, those who want answers, those that feel they have superior argument, invite them to come to this program. What we do in this platform is to create an atmosphere for people to express themselves. In this platform, we belong to nobody. We belong only to Biafra. We support our supreme leader. Our support is all the way from our eternal leader, Dim Odemogojuku, the man who was the first person to make a move of defense of his people. Our eternal leader, may his soul rest in perfect peace. We stand beside our supreme leader, Nnamdi Kanu, a man who has given everything, including his own life. Even at this sentence, he continues to fight. He has sacrificed everything sacrificable, just as he promised, and continue to sacrifice till date. We stand beside him and we appreciate him. We stand with our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. We stand with him 101%, unwavering, unshaken, regardless what anybody can say. We continue to support our Prime Minister, always. And this evening, we are here to promote the cause of Biafra with an open mind. When you join us, please have an open mind to accept your fellow Biafrans. Keep your group mentality aside. You are entitled to be in any group you want to be. You are entitled to your opinion. Whichever thing that makes you comfortable to fight for Biafra, go for it. But when you join any program, join with an open mind. You must not agree with everything I say. And I am not bound to agree with everything you say too. The only thing we do is that when we come to a program like this, we discuss and let the audience listen to us and then make up their minds and make their decisions. They can deduce what to do so that when they take action, they can be able to defend the action they are taking. That is why we're here. So wherever you are watching, I appreciate you. I thank you. I say, may Chukwu Okike guide and protect you. Like the program. Give a thumbs up to the program so that other people that need information could equally join us. Give a thumbs up to the program. It's very important. The battle we are fighting is not a small one. The social media network is not friendly to us. If they see a way to stop us, they will, and they have been trying. It is because of you that we are still standing. Because you are involved in the radical evangelism, that is why they can't stop us. And I want you to continue to stand and be part of that radical evangelism. Let us take the message to the whole world. Most importantly, at this time, this is a very critical time. Remember, Mazen Nnamdi is in Nigeria prison. Mazen Nnamdi, Nigerian government has refused to give him a date for his appeal. He has fulfilled all the appeal requirements, but the government till date has refused to give him a date for appeal. Instead, they are playing their games. They are playing different kinds of games, trying to remove him from Sokoto and put him somewhere else. And he said, I do not want, because whatever you did to bring me to Sokoto was a legal process. If I have to leave Sokoto, it has to be a legal process. But they want to play their game to show Biafrans, oh, they show us favor, oh, they pity us, oh, they care. And Mazen Nnamdi don't want them to take that credit. He said, the same way you brought me here is the same process I will take to go out if I want to go out. We are in a very critical time. Our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, has just concluded his own appeal. And you know Nigeria, they like to copy. And I bet you they are waiting for the result of Simon Ekpa in order to know what to do to the appeal of Nnamdi. They have played the game in the lower court. They waited until when Simon Ekpa was sentenced. They went ahead to sentence Nnamdi. They are still waiting again to look at the sentence of Simon Ekpa so that they can use it as a reference to have a sentence of Nnamdi. That is why the case in Finland is something that calls for our interest. And that is why I am urging every Biafran, wherever you are, do not stop speaking. This is the time we need to talk. This is the time we need to continue to bring the atrocities of Nigeria before the whole world. For public to see, for the world to see, for people that matters to see, for the debates to continue. Nigeria want to kill the debate, but we will not allow them to kill the debate. Wherever you are joining us today, Whether you are joining us from Finland, you are joining us from Europe, from America, from Australia, from Canada, from New Zealand, you're joining from any part of the world you're joining us from, I sincerely welcome you to this important conversation. Today, we are continuing our discussion on the aftermath of the closure of the case of our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. We continue the discussion. The proceedings have reached a very important stage, and now there is something that can sometimes be even more difficult than watching proceedings themselves. The stage we are now is much more difficult than watching the proceedings themselves. What is that? The waiting for the judgment. Waiting for the judgment. It is much more disturbing and much more difficult than even following the proceedings. Waiting for the judgment. Waiting to know what the court has decided. Waiting to understand what decision could mean for Simon Ekpa personally. Waiting to know what the decision of Finland's appeal court could mean for our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, personally. Waiting to understand what it could mean for those of us that are supporting Simon Ekpa 100%. We are waiting, and it is more difficult waiting, excuse me, to understand what it could mean for political activism like ours, asking for self-determination for Biafran people. We are waiting to see, to understand what it could mean for us agitating abroad, speaking online about freedom. This is a very critical time. It is much more difficult than even following the procedure. And perhaps most importantly, for the people watching the program, waiting to understand what implications, if any, the judgment could have for the continued debate about Biafra self-determination. But this evening, I want us to approach this subject carefully. We are not here to pronounce Simon Ekpa guilty or innocent. We are not here to predict the judgment as though we already know it. And we are certainly not here to replace the court. The court will make its decision. You and I know that. The court will definitely make its decision. Our responsibility here is to examine the possible implications, the expectations, the fear, the hope, the broader questions surrounding this case of our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, and Biafra. So please, if you are watching us right now, if you are watching wherever you're watching from, please kindly share this live stream. Share this live stream. Let it go viral. Like the broadcast. Subscribe to this very channel if you have not done so. Do it now. And most importantly, participate in the discussion respectfully, because today's question is bigger than one individual. What could this judgment mean for our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, for activism, for human rights, and for Biafra self-determination debate? The case may be closed, but the story is not over. The case of our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, defending Biafra may be closed. It may be closed, but the story is not over yet. My fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom that are watching, there is an important distinction we need to make this evening. An important distinction we need to make this evening. When court proceedings conclude It does not necessarily mean that every question surrounding the case disappears. Did you hear me well? When court proceedings conclude, it does not necessarily mean that every question surrounding the case disappears. Sometimes the conclusion of proceedings is when public discussion becomes even more intense. That is where we are now. Public discussion become more, and this is why Nigerian government and their handlers refuse the world from reporting the case of Master Simon Ekpa following up. It was just a few days ago that BBC talked about it. And they reported it in such a way to put Master Simon Ekpa in a bad light. Nigerian media have started, after the BBC reported it, Nigerian media, I see some of them have a headline with the picture of Master Simon Ekpa. And what are they saying? They are only highlighting the increase of the sentence. That is what they highlight. Something that favors them. That is what they are highlighting. Every one of them. You see where the danger is. That is why it is important for us to be online every day. Speak positive. Turn the public opinion to our own side. It is our responsibility. So when court proceedings conclude, it does not necessarily mean that every question surrounding the case disappears. Sometimes the conclusion proceedings is when public discussion becomes even more intense. I have been speaking about public opinion, public opinion, public opinion. And we must be at balance. And you ask, why is it so? Why is it that sometimes the conclusion of proceedings is when public discussion becomes even more intense? Why? It is because people begin asking. People will begin to ask questions. What did we learn? What did the defense establish? What did the prosecution establish? What evidence did the courts consider? What legal principle will the judge apply? And ultimately, what will the judgment say? This is the height. A very sensitive area is where we are. For our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa, this is obviously a deeply personal matter. A judgment could have consequence for his future, his reputation, his political activity, and his personal circumstances. For every one of us, the supporter of Biafra, the supporters of Master Simon Ekpa, for every one of us, you and I, the decision may be interpreted through the wider political struggle that they associate with him. It could affect us in one way or the other as agitators, living abroad, doing the same thing he has just done. For critics, it may be viewed through a completely different lens. And for observers of human rights and freedom of expression, there is another dimension. You see, that is why the whole world is, when I tell you that the level of the case of Master Simon Ekpa is at the same level with the case of Martin Luther King, the case of Mandela, and the case of Gandhi. Where does legitimacy, where does legitimate political expression end? That is the question. Where does legitimate political expression end? And unlawful conduct begins. That is a question that extends far beyond Finland. This question extends far beyond Finland. It is a question that society around the world continue to debate. You see how the case involves everybody in the world. It is a global case, but they intentionally make it little so that the debate cannot intensify to sway the arguments on the side of one side, because that is what will happen when it becomes a public debate. That is why this case is not yet over. We must keep our presence on media and continue to speak. Let's go to the fear surrounding the judgment. The fear. Let's talk honestly about the fear. There are people, we Biafrans, some of us are afraid of a negative outcome for our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. Most of us supporters may fear that such an outcome could discourage activists. If the outcome becomes negative, it might discourage more people to come up. That's the fear some people have. We fear that it could be interpreted as a warning to other political campaigners. Those of us who are still alive, it could be as a warning to everybody speaking about Biafra abroad, and that could cage people and make them limit their operations. They may ask, if this happens to one activist, some of us are already thinking, if this happened to one activist, what does it mean for others? Not only Biafran, even other activists across the world. If Simon Ekpa can be treated bad, if the result turns out negative, what does it mean for others? But we must also be intellectually honest. We must also be intellectually honest. A court judgment in one particular case does not automatically mean that every activist, every political movement, or every expression of political opinion will be treated identically. That is professionally speaking. But we look, intellectually speaking, when you want to speak intellectually, that is the truth. But in a world where corruption is the order of the day, they will always use an evil ending as a reference to persecute others. That is what we know. But professionally speaking, intellectually speaking, a court judgment in one particular case does not automatically mean that every activist, every political movement, or every expression of political opinion will be treated identically. But we live in a world where things are done based on interest. And once they see a loophole to hold hand to destroy somebody, they will hold on it. That is why the fear is there. That is why every human rights activist, every Biafran is concerned. That is why the fear is there. Legal decision depends on the facts, evidence, and applicable law. Therefore, we should be careful not to turn fear into certainty. We know that fear exists, but at the same time, we have to be careful not to turn fear into certainty. At the same time, there are people hoping for positive outcome. There are most of us also Biafrans. We are hoping, many of us are hoping for a positive outcome. They may believe that the case could ultimately vindicate Mazi Simon Ekpa. That is what most of us Biafrans believe. That this case will vindicate Mazi Simon Ekpa. They may believe that such an outcome would strengthen the argument that political activism and self-determination advocacy must not automatically be criminalized. That is what we are believing should happen. If Finland could uphold their integrity, the case must turn out positive. These are legitimate questions for public discussion today. But there is one principle I want us to maintain throughout this program. Throughout this program, there is one principle we must maintain. We must wait for the actual judgments, not rumors, not social media speculation, not WhatsApp message, not screenshot without context, not somebody's claiming I have heard what the judge will say. The judgment is the judgment. The judgment is the judgment. We must wait. We must wait. The questions in the mind of many of us: what could it mean for Biafra self-determination? Now we come to the subject that many people watching this program are most interested in. Many of us Biafran are asking this question within themselves: what could mean for, what could this, whatever be the outcome, what could it mean to Biafra self-determination? Biafra self-determination, we need to separate two things. We need to separate two things. The first is the legal fate of our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa, as an individual. The second is the broader political question of Biafra self-determination. They are related in the minds of many supporters, but they are not automatically the same legal question. It is not automatic. Though they are related, but it's not automatic. A court deciding a criminal case involving one individual does not, by itself, settle every historical, political, and constitutional question surrounding an entire population. That distinction is extremely important. The Biafran question has long and complicated history. It involves colonial history, the Nigerian Civil War, question of political representation, question of security, question of identity, question of human rights, and question about whether people have a right to determine their political fate. Whether people have the right to determine their political future. Therefore, regardless of what happens in our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa case, the broader debate surrounding the self-determination is unlikely to disappear overnight. It will not disappear. No matter what the outcome is, Biafran self-determination will never ever disappear. The real question becomes, how will people pursue that political aspiration? Because seeing that Mazi Simon Ekpa was prosecuted for doing that, how will people pursue the political aspiration? That's the question. Through peaceful political advocacy, through international diplomacy, through legal and constitutional mechanism, through referendum campaign, through public education, through political organizations. These are serious questions that is bothering us as Biafrans today. Many of us are already asking within ourselves, and they are genuine, serious questions. If you believe in the cause of Biafra, if you believe in the cause of Biafra, the strongest argument is often not simply how loudly you can speak. It is how effectively you can demonstrate that your cause can be pursued through lawful, peaceful, and credible means. That we have demonstrated through Nnamdi Kanu. That we have demonstrated through Mazi Simon Ekpa, and we will continue to demonstrate until Biafra is restored. They can decide to misinterpret it, but we continue to demonstrate that we are peaceful and have remained peaceful. People are also looking at the possible impact on activists around the world. The judgment of Mazi Simon Ekpa, whatever it is, the possible impact on activists around the world, like me, those of us activists who are speaking about the operation of people, what is going to be the impact on us? Let's widen the conversation. This is not only about Biafra. Activists around the world watch court cases. That is why you see Dr. Mazanga is putting everything he needs, flying to Finland by himself, putting every resources and carrying the case further. He has gone further to take the case to a higher level even before the result comes. Ever ready, working ahead of time. Activists around the world watch court cases involving political movement because such case can raise fundamental questions about the limits of political activism. Whatever be the outcome could mean a limit to activism of other people politically. Imagine an activist campaigning for independence, another campaigning for autonomy, another campaigning against government policy, another demanding minority rights, another advocating constitutional reform. The question becomes, how should democratic society respond when political activism becomes controversial? How would they respond? These are the challenges that whatever be the outcome of the case we pose. That is why activists are paying attention to the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa. That is why activists around the world are interested in that case. There must be room for political expression. At the same time, freedom of expression is not generally understood as an unlimited right to commit crime. Very clear. That decision matters. We should therefore resist two extremes. We should therefore resist two extremes. The first extreme is everything an activist says or does is automatically protected. That is too simplistic. The second extreme is once someone is controversial, their political expression is automatically criminal. That is also dangerous. That is why the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa is a very interesting one that people are watching. It is not that he's not fighting for freedom. People call him controversial. And that is extreme. Once someone is controversial, the political expression is automatically criminal. Because they see him as controversial, they criminalize everything he does. That is also dangerous for every activist across the world because it is not true. The difficult work lies determining where the legal boundaries actually are. And that is precisely why court proceedings matters. That is why every one of us glued on our televisions. That is why every one of us glued on our newspapers, on our television to watch and see what the result will be. That is why court proceedings matters and we're waiting. Another thing that the whole world is paying attention to and Biafrans are looking forward to see what the result will be is human rights and the principle of fairness. Human rights and the principle of fairness. We have heard a lot about it. Now let's talk about humanity. Because behind every court case, there are human beings. Behind every court case, there are human beings. There is the accused, and there are victims or alleged victims where applicable. There are families. There are lawyers. There are supporters. There are critics. And there are ordinary members of the public trying to understand what happened. Whatever your political position, there is a principle we stand or there's a principle we should all be able to agree upon, regardless, whatever the opinion may be. Everyone deserves fairness under the law. If somebody is accused of wrongdoing, the accusation should be examined through due process. If somebody is convicted, the conviction should be based on law and evidence. If somebody is acquitted, the decision should also be respected. And if somebody believes that a court has made an error, there are legal avenues for challenging that decision. This is bigger than Simon Ekpa himself. So that is why the case is not just a case of Mazi Simon Ekpa. It's a case that involves the entire world, every activist. This is bigger than Simon Ekpa himself as a person. This is about the type of society we want to live in. This case is about the type of society we want to live in. Because justice becomes meaningful when it applies not only to people you agree with, but also to people you disagree with. That is why sometimes when I talk about Biafrans having tolerance for each other, when I continue to call and say you can disagree without hate, you can disagree without being hostile, because justice becomes meaningful when it applies not only to people we agree with, but also to people we disagree with. But some of us, just like some people come to my program, when it is not about their group, when it is not about their small little mushroom group, they don't listen. They abuse you. When you are not promoting them or preaching about their group, even though you are saying the right thing, they won't listen. But that is sad. That is sad and heartbreaking, because justice becomes meaningful when it applies not only to people we agree with, but also to people we disagree with. The most important thing is justice. Let there be justice. Let there be justice. Then some of us are asking and saying, what if the judgment is positive? What if the judgment of Mazi Simon Ekpa turns positive? The judgment of Biafra turns positive. Let's consider one possible scenario. Suppose the judgment produces an outcome that Simon Ekpa and we, the supporters, the Biafran people, regard as favorable. What could happen? If Mazi Simon Ekpa is vindicated and set free, for us, what will happen? What do you think will happen? Those of us, the supporters, may interpret it as a vindication. We will interpret it as a vindication, and that is what it is. That's what it will mean to us. It could generate renewed political attention. It could generate renewed political attention to the Biafran cause across the world. It could increase interest in his political message. People will pay more attention to the message of Mazi Simon Ekpa, the message of Biafra. It could energize us, the supporters of Biafra self-determination. People across the world, it will energize them to rise up more and support the cause of Biafra. It could also generate renewed international discussion about the case. It will generate renewed international discussion about Biafra. It will skyrocket like never before. But even then, we should not exaggerate. You and I, even then, we know we should not exaggerate. A favorable judgment in an individual case would not automatically establish the political independence of a Biafran. Remember that. A favorable judgment in an individual case would not automatically establish the political independence of Biafra. There are still things that need to be done. It is one step in the right direction, but that doesn't mean automatically independent for Biafra. It would not automatically settle the wider political question, and it will not automatically validate every criticism made against our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. It will simply be a significant legal development in his particular case. That discussion is important. I am putting this forward for us to prepare our mind for whatever comes before us so that we can know how to handle it. We need to prepare our mind and get ready. And next thing, what if the judgment is negative? We have talked about the positive. We have discussed about it. What if the judgment turned out negative? Now, let's consider the other possibilities. What if outcome is unfavorable to our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa? What would that mean? First, we should allow the legal process to operate. Number one, a negative outcome would not automatically mean that every Biafran aspiration is criminal. Have this in your mind. A negative outcome in the case of Simon Ekpa does not automatically mean that every Biafran aspiration is criminal. Nor would it automatically mean that every activist around the world is in danger. The judgment would need to be understood according to its actual legal reasoning. People would need to read the decision. That is why we need to wait. We need to read the decision line by line that was taken. Lawyers would analyze it. We don't just take it and run. We will read it. Lawyers will analyze it for us to understand better. Observers will examine the evidence and reasoning. And depending on the legal system and circumstances, there may be further legal avenue available. Just like you see, Mazanga is already drawing another legal avenue. He's ahead of time going. He doesn't want to wait. So even if it turns out negative, our hope is not lost. We are not losing anything. We will continue. We will continue the battle. So again, don't let fear replace fact. Do not let fear replace fact. We will always, that is why you must be patient and wait for the fact, for the outcome. Don't let fear replace fact. If the judgment is negative, people should respond intelligently, study the judgment, understand the reasoning, understand the legal options, and continue politically advocacy through peaceful and lawful channels. I am preparing our mind for whatever comes tomorrow. The connection with Mazen Nnamdi is one thing again that needs to be spoken about. The connection of this case with Mazen Nnamdi. There is another reason why people watching this program are paying close attention. The reason people are paying very close attention, one of the reasons, the name Mazen Nnamdi inevitably enters the conversation. Every time you talk about it, Mazen Nnamdi name enters it. For many of us Biafrans, the case involving Simon Ekpa and Mazen Nnamdi exists within the larger context of Biafra self-determination struggle. So this case, we connect it within ourselves. They are connected. They are inseparable. But we must be careful They are different individuals. They are different legal proceedings. They involve different jurisdictions and potentially different legal questions. Therefore, we should not automatically assume that the outcome of one case determines the outcome of another. Even though there are connections, even though there might be, even though it will have effect, but yes, we must be careful. However, from political perspective, people will inevitably compare the two people. There's no way you can run away from comparing. People will ask, what does this mean for Biafra activism? And when you talk about Biafra activism, Mazen Nnamdi is number one there. What does it mean for political speech? What does it mean for Nigerian government approach to separatist activism, to Biafran self-determination? What does it mean for international attention? These are legitimate questions. But again, facts and legal documents must come before conclusion. We need to be patient. That is why we are waiting. We cross our fingers and are waiting to see the result before we can be able to run and do whatever we want to do. The biggest question, what happens after the judgment comes out? What happens? Sometimes we focus much on Judgment Day that we forget the day after judgment. What happens then? When the judgment comes, what happens the day after judgment? If the decision is favorable, what strategy follows? If unfavorable, what strategy follows? What lesson should activists learn? What lesson should governments learn? What lesson should political movements learn? And what lesson should ordinary citizens like you and I learn? For me, one major lesson is this. One major lesson that we must learn is this. Political movement needs strategy beyond emotion. Did you hear me? And this is a lesson that we Biafrans must learn. If you didn't learn this lesson in the case of Mazen Nnamdi, you will never learn again. Our movement needs strategy beyond emotion. We need strategy beyond emotion. Passion is important. Identity is important. Historical memory is important. But sustainable political movement also require organizational discipline, diplomacy, legal awareness, international communication, and peaceful political engagement. If the ultimate objective is political recognition, our self-determination, then the method used to pursue that objective matters enormously. I want you to pay attention. Don't get troubled. Don't get deceived. Don't get too emotional. Now, I want to bring you into this discussion. Every one of you that is watching, wherever you are watching from, I want to bring you into this discussion. I want everyone watching this message tonight, right now, to answer one question in the comment section. Everyone watching, I want you to answer one simple question in the comment. What do you expect from the Simon Ekpa judgment? What do you expect from Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic in Exile? Judgment. What do you expect? I want you to honestly answer this question. Remove emotion. What do you expect from our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa and Joko judgment? I want you to type on the comment section. Type on the comment section, positive outcome, negative outcome, unpredictable, or simply tell us what you think. I want every one of us to contribute. Let us see, let the world see. I want people are watching. People who are not Biafrans are watching. They are observing what we are doing. So I want you to write on the comment section. What do you expect from our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, judgment? You can type on the comment section, I expect positive outcome. Number one. Negative outcome. Number two. Unpredictable. Choose anyone and write on the comment section. Which one do you choose? Do you choose positive outcome for Simon Ekpa? Do you choose negative outcome? Do you choose unpredictable? Put it down on the comment section. I want to see it. I want to see it. Let the world see. Or simply tell us what you think within yourself. You can just write and tell us what you think. Very important. We need to engage and be part of this. And here is another question for you. Do you think the judgment will have a significant effect on the Biafra self-determination movement? You as a Biafran, or even non-Biafran that are watching us, do you think the judgment will have a significant effect on Biafra self-determination movement? Do you think so? And another question is this. Should this case be viewed primarily as a case about one individual, or does it have a much wider significance for activism, freedom of expression? These are questions I want you to participate in the comment section and put down what you think. Answer anyone you like. Put it down in the comment section. I want to see your contribution, to see and know that you are part of this program. I want to hear from you. But please, let's maintain respect while we are writing. While you're commenting, maintain respect. You can disagree without insulting somebody. Don't insult anybody. You can disagree without insulting anybody in the comment section. You can challenge an argument without attacking the person. You can support Simon Ekpa without attacking people who disagree with him. You can support any group without attacking people who disagree with your group. And you can oppose Simon Ekpa without dehumanizing his supporters. Very important. So let us be disciplined on the comment section. Put down what you think. I have a message for the Biafran people. I have a message for activists around the world. As we begin to conclude today's program, let me say this directly. Whatever your opinion about Simon Ekpa is, the conclusion of his court proceedings does not mean that every question surrounding Biafra self-determination, human rights, political activism, and freedom of expression has suddenly disappeared. No. Those conversations will continue. But how we conduct those conversations matters a lot. If you believe in justice, demand justice. If you believe in self-determination, articulate your case. If you believe in human rights, defend human rights consistently. If you believe in freedom of expression, defend the principle even when the speaker says something you don't like. And if you believe in democracy, respect the due process. We should not celebrate injustice simply because the person affected is somebody we dislike. And many of us do that a lot. We should not celebrate injustice simply because the person affected is somebody we dislike. Look at Nigeria today. Many people today that are celebrating the conviction of Nnamdi with non-existing law, the illegal process of Nnamdi, the unfairness, they celebrate it simply because they hate Nnamdi. They disagree with his political view, and for that they support irregularity, they support criminality, fraud, lack of due process. They support it simply because they feel that the man involved, they don't like him. But we should not celebrate injustice simply because the person affected is somebody we dislike. And we should not condemn justice simply because the person affected is somebody we support. Justice must be bigger than tribe. Justice must be bigger than politics. Justice must be bigger than personal feelings. Wherever you are watching this program today. So, my people, the case may have reached the end of its courtroom proceedings, but for many people, the waiting has only just begun. We know the courtroom proceedings have ended, right? But for many of us, the waiting has only just begun. Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, our Prime Minister, is waiting. We, the Biafran people supporting him, we are waiting. The critics of Mazi Simon Ekpa is waiting. Biafrans across the world, they are watching and waiting. Activists around the world, they are watching. Human rights observers are watching. And the wider world is watching. But until the court delivers the decision, we should be careful about presenting speculation as fact. Let the court speak first. Let the court speak first. Let the court speak, and when the judgment comes, let's examine it carefully. Let us read it. Let's understand it. Let's debate it, and let's ask what it means. Not only the Simon Ekpa, but for broader question of justice, human rights, political activism, freedom of expression, and self-determination. Wherever you join us on this program, this is True Survivor. If you found this discussion valuable, if you found this program valuable, like this live stream, like it, share it to all platforms, share it to family and friends, share it to people that matters. Subscribe to Chuks Survivor platform. Subscribe and turn on your notification bell so that you can join us each time we come online. You can join us. Turn on your notification. And before you leave from the program, answer this question in the comment section. What do you believe the Simon Ekpa judgment will mean for the future of Biafra self-determination? Answer it sincerely on the comment section. I need contributions. I want people to participate because the world is watching. I want them to know what it means to us, whether we understand what is going on. Answer this question on the comment section. What do you believe the Simon Ekpa judgment will mean for the future of Biafra self-determination? I appreciate everyone that have joined us on this program. I thank you for joining. And I urge every one of us to remain peaceful, stay informed, stay engaged, and above all, let justice prevail. We must keep this conversation alive. No matter what happens, we must keep this conversation alive. I have said it. We have a duty, and the responsibility and duty we have is to continue to bring Nigeria wickedness. Continue to bring Nigerian wickedness wherever you are. Continue to bring them, expose them, and bring them to the world. Don't you ever keep silent. We have a responsibility. We have a responsibility. Wherever you are, we all have a responsibility. Continue to do what you have to do. Continue to do your part. Do not allow yourself to be deceived. Do not allow anybody to deceive you. You are a man of yourself. You are a woman of yourself. Every one of us must continue to do what we have to do. Every one of us must continue to be disciplined and responsible each time we find ourselves anywhere, because the battle has just begun. You think we have started. We haven't started yet. We haven't started yet. We haven't started yet. The battle just began. And we will fight this battle until the end. I know every time you always have those irresponsible ones who will come on the comment section to distract you. Ignore them. Pretend you don't see them. Pretend you don't see them. Do your own part. Listen to the message and make use of it. At this point in time, we are supposed to be exposing the Nigerian government evil. That time you will use to come and insult people. That time you will use to come and constitute nuisance on programs where other people are meaningfully communicating to the world. That time you will spend to come and write and comment. Spend that your data to go and get the evil of Nigerian governments and put it to the public. You can post it in your platform. You can post it in your Facebook. There are so many atrocities that the Nigerian government have committed. Last one, old ones. Go and get them. Go and fetch out evil. This is when we need it. This is when we need those things for public opinion to go to our own side. Don't waste your time coming to attack people who are passing the message. Don't waste your data and your time. You go to a platform where people are speaking about things that matter. All you do is to go there and begin to insult them. There are a lot of things to do. Expose Nigerian government. Expose the evil of Nigeria. Nigeria, we all know, is a terrorist government. It is no longer a mere hearsay. It's not a propaganda. It's a truth. So this evening, before we close our program, we're going to play some videos also. We're going to play some videos to expose Nigerian criminality, as we always do. We have some videos to explore. So when we say Nigeria is a terrorist country, we are not just saying it. When we say Nigeria is responsible for the insecurity in entire Nigeria, including Biafra land, it is not a made-up story. I want you to listen to this video. Let's watch this. This is what we are supposed to be doing. Every one of us, use your platform to expose the evil. That is what we're supposed to be doing. Let's watch and hear what they have to say. Listen.
Bring them, don't waste our time. They are not. They line up here. There's somewhere they are there, okay? Face don't face. Face the building, don't face the car. They are 8. No, then keep distance away. What about my care? Who is starting here? I don't know if that has been bad. If that's bad, what is the measure of enforcement? It's not like this is itself, right? Well, this is also this is one of what you do. So, intelligence-led operations, diligent investigations, the force has successfully uncovered this criminal network, effected arrests, covered exhibits, and initiated disciplinary actions as well as criminal proceedings against those found culpable. In the first case, which is a case of conspiracy, armed robbery, and kidnapping involving 7 police officers, 3 suspects are in.
This is a news about police officers who were involved in armed robbery and kidnapping. Nigerian police officers who were involved in armed robbery and kidnapping. When we say the kidnappers are policemen, the kidnappers are the armed robbers, they are the terrorists. Some people think it's a made-up story. This is Nigerian police themselves arrested their fellow policemen who were kidnappers and armed robbers. This news, 15th May 2026. You know, very dark man came out and spoke about the involvement of Nigerian government. Instead of them to take their correction, they now summon him. They summon the very dark man. Police have invited him. They have sent invitation to him. They have sent invitation to him. Listen to this very report. This is a report from Nigerian police themselves.
There are AP number 2 nations. The force has successfully uncovered this criminal network, effected arrests, recovered exhibits, and initiated disciplinary actions as well as criminal proceedings against those found culpable. The first case, which is a case of conspiracy, armed robbery, and kidnapping involving 7 police officers. 3 suspects are in custody. There are AP number 21108, Inspector Anyaniyi Jelile, age 44 years. AP number 334201, Inspector Durojaye Francis, male, 44 years of age. And AP number 356880, Inspector Olayemi Titus, age 45. Exhibits recovered from this case includes 3 Toyota Sienna Space buses, 7,338,800 naira only, and the facts of the case are as follows. It's a case that deals with a very serious incident of criminal conspiracy, armed robbery, kidnapping, and extortion involving 7 police officers attached to Zone 16 headquarters in Egua, Biafra State. The case was reported on 3rd February 2026 by one Festus Saturday, who alleged that he was unlawfully intercepted, abducted, and robbed by armed police officers operating under the guise of stop and search duties along Igbo Eche Road, Port Harcourt in Rivers State.
That is Nigeria for you.
Investigation
They are still doing it
on
tomorrow.
3rd November 2025, the victim was in company of his cousin Lexus RX 350G was stopped by a 6-man police team operating a Toyota Sienna bus. Although no incriminating item was found during the search, the officers alleged detained and assaulted the complainant, forced him to unlock his mobile phone, thereby gain access to his banking and cryptocurrency applications. The officers subsequently abducted the complainant and his cousin to an unknown location where they forcefully transferred the sum of 4,500,000 naira only from his OPay account and 1,742 United States dollars from his cryptocurrency wallet. Investigation established that the total amount unlawfully obtained from the victims amounted to 7,338,800 naira. Upon receipt of complaint, investigation commenced, which led to the arrest of the following suspects. 1. Inspector Anyaniyi Jelile, age 47 to age 44. Inspector Durojaye Francis, age 44. And Inspector Olayemi Titus, age 45. The suspect admitted to operating an illegal patrol and extortion syndicate alongside 3 other officers now at large, but they've been identified to be AP number 305615, Inspector Awele Bogu Mel, now at large. AP number 378381, Inspector Prosper Agoto Mel, and force number 357539, Corporal Favor Mwonchukwu Mel. Exhibits recovered include 3 Toyota.
That is Nigeria for you. What you saw here
All right, so
is Nigeria for you. That is the Nigeria. You know, when we say Nigerian government is a terrorist government, some of you think we make it up. You think it's when we say the Nigerian police are criminals and terrorists, you think it's a joke, right? You think it's a joke. Look at they themselves, they were the people. When Femi Takoma was accusing them, they thought it was a joke. They thought it was a play. You are seeing the evidence now. Can you see the evidence? Can you see the evidence? When they were accusing people, can you see the evidence? I want to play another video. Listen to this one. I want to play another video. Because Very Dark Man went to their security meeting and exposed them. Now they declare him wanted. And he is preparing to go with them. I tell you that if you are a good activist, the only way to know a good activist is that you will be going in and out of prison. But when you are rapporting with the government, they will not. Whenever you are living large in Nigeria and claim to be activists, you are not doing anything. You haven't started. That's why Mazen Nnamdi can say, whatever you are doing and they are attacking you, do it more. That is where the solution lies. Let's hear what Very Dark Man has to say.
Invited me, according to them, to come and give evidence that the police aid kidnapping in Nigeria, right? I mean, that press release came very, very fast. I saw it was very, very fast. But anyways, of course, next time I will go. And then when I go, to be very honest, I'm not going to be giving the police my evidence. Why would I do that? I'll be charged to court and I'll tender the evidence in court. Oh my goodness, man, this country, I love you. I love you all, for real. It's amazing how you people were so quick to put out a press statement, to put a press release. But when I was tendering different evidence against Judgement and the corruption in the case of Nnamdi tragedy, you people took weeks because you thought I didn't know what I was talking about until I started dropping more evidence and more evidence. Then you quickly went to go and drop the press statement so that I can stop. And eventually you say, oh, we use what you have, to open an investigation again. Everything was clear. How the police, how the Nigerian police force can pick murder on an innocent man, I posted that evidence, you see, torture suspect. You didn't even talk about the suspect that died, that the police tortured him, died. You didn't talk about all that. But is this alright? Like I said, I'm not going to be bringing my evidence to the police. I won't do that. So when I get to your office, you charge me to court. You can go to court on that same day. My lawyers are on ground. You all know I have lawyers like shooters. You understand? 100%. And now, Nigerians, I can see a lot of you celebrating that I'll be arrested. It's crazy. It's really crazy.
How's Nigeria for you?
I try to hold citizens accountable when they defraud people and businesses. They say, oh, focus on the government. And then when I focus on the government, people say the government should arrest me. Bro, I went to the NBA conference. When I got there, I had an opportunity to talk about the insecurity and to point hands at the people that are aiding insecurity in Nigeria. And what did Nigerians do? Nigerians said, arrest him, arrest him. For the first time, Nigerians are defending the military and Nigerians are defending the police officers. They are doing it. Bro, go on Twitter, you see them defending these same police that they insult every day. These same military men that they insult every day. They go there and defend them. They are defending them on social media. Nigerians are defending.
That is Nigeria for you. You yourself, sometimes you defend them.
And corrupt military men.
That is the attitude of Nigeria. Even you yourself have defended them in some time. Work with them.
He's the one that said it. Why would he be the person that would say it? But I'm proud of myself that right in their faces I said what I had to say. And to tell them that the insecurity going on in Nigeria, it is aided by them. I stand by my words. It is
that one is 100% true.
It It is the military men that benefit from insecurity. That's why it can never stop. These guns, they are the unknown gunmen. The police are the unknown gunmen. The
True.
military are the unknown gunmen.
Very true. We know that before now, self, we know.
These people are the unknown gunmen. All of them.
People like you never believed before now. You are now believing. You didn't believe before.
The benefits, the governors, the politicians, they all benefit from these things. The NGOs, they all benefit from it. If you want to tackle the insecurity of this country, you find the people that benefit from it. And I've simply pointed out, right? So all these people that I mentioned, they can charge me to court, and we can start breaking down things. But yeah, for the police, I'm very, very ready for you guys, 100%, 100%. I'm ready to show you that you people aid insecurity. You people aid banditry and terrorism in this country. The military, same thing. You aid banditry and terrorism in Nigeria. Else it would have stopped. It would have stopped. How much is your budget to battle insecurity? How much is your budget? Go and look at your budget and tell me why we still have bandits and terrorists kidnapping people. So police, I'm ready for you guys. But like I said, why would I want to give you my evidence? I wouldn't do that. We'll take it to court. You understand? When you're ready, I'm ready. It's a love, don't play. You're gonna learn and you're gonna be. As for me, I'm going to keep speaking until Nigeria becomes a better place. That's the truth. And like I said, for the people that were confused about what I meant by money laundering with cows, I will repeat what I said. These politicians use these cows to launder money. Right? These cows you see working in the FCT don't belong to no Fulani. No. Fulanis are victims. These Fulanis that you are calling Fulani headsmen and all, these are victims of political movements. These are victims.
They made themselves available. Why must it be them?
Ask them questions. That's why they use them.
They made themselves available.
And these cows
are they the only people in the country?
I've broken it down for you guys. If you like it, if you like it. But surprisingly, I became an enemy of Nigeria. Because I said the military, no problem. No problem. I'll be waiting for all of you to come and insult police tomorrow. Or waiting for you people to come and say rubbish about the military. They're not being catch bandits. They're not being catch bandits. I'll be waiting for you. That being said, I don't know how the police was able to listen to the part where I said they were aiding kidnapping. And surprisingly, you didn't hear the good part where I said the policemen are not being paid well enough. And that is why they can turn on us. There's no welfare for the Nigerian police. There is no welfare for them. If you want Nigerian security to be tightened, you have to take care of our policemen. Yeah? Take care of them. But that being said, I'll be waiting for the police when the time comes. Let's meet in court. The evidence will be there. I love you, Nigerian police. I love you, Nigerian military. I don't love you, Nepal, because you keep taking the night. But I love everyone and I love Nigerians too. God bless you. Peace and love.
That is Nigeria up Nepal. Even while he was talking, you see, they took light and maybe just switched over to his solar energy. That is Nigeria. How long will that continue? I am showing you the image of Nigeria. Even those who were working for Nigeria, work for Nigeria and come back in shame. Now they are after him. Let's listen to another one. These are Nigeria. I'm showing you what Nigeria looks like. They are looking for insecurity in Nigeria. You want to know those causing insecurity. I am showing it to Finland. Call Finland people, those who are watching from Finland. Finland people that are watching. Alex Top should see it. You are looking for those creating insecurity in the south, insecurity in Nigeria. Those who are aiding terrorism, the terrorists themselves, the proofs are everywhere. It is the government. I have played. The police themselves said it. They arrested their fellow policemen who were involved in kidnapping, in extortion, in armed robbery. You have seen the very dark man that used to promote them. He is now in trouble with them because he's exposing them now. I want you to hear this one. This is another exposition on Nigeria.
This is a short story of how I was extorted by the Nigerian police. On the 20th of August 2026, that was on Thursday last week, at around 1 p.m., before 1 p.m. thereabouts, I was on my way for a very important meeting. And I met this particular group on the way. And they flagged me down, being an obedient, citizen of Nigeria. I stopped. When I stopped, they checked my papers were complete. And the next thing, the guy went ahead to say that my plate number is covered. And I was surprised because my plate number is open. He said no, that I'm using that plate number cover that when it goes up. I insisted. I said, it is obvious before you that this plate number is open. You can read it. So why are you saying it's covered? The guy insisted and said no, that I'll follow them to their office. I said, I am going for a business meeting. My papers are complete. This is just utmost, you just want to extort me, And while I was there with him, I was, calls were coming in, people that were supposed to go and meet my clients. Calls kept on coming in. And apparently he knew that I was in a hurry for a business meeting. So he took advantage of it, and insisted that I must follow them to their office or I pay him 50,000 naira. And because I was in a hurry for a meeting, I had to oblige. So this particular guy entered my car, this one in question, entered my car. And while we were talking, he gave me an account number of a POS agent and said that I should transfer the money. I negotiated to 40,000 naira. The reason I paid was because I was in a hurry. And this guy POS account that I was in a hurry, for a meeting. For those of you who are familiar with Abuja, you can resonate with this story. Coming from Uye to Tako, there is this place close to Salem Church. That is where all these guys stay. Now, I started wondering, I thought SARS, they banned SARS since 20th of October. How do you? 2020, year 2020, October 11th. Why are these guys still operating? They are there. If you look at this video, they are there extorting people of their money. I made a transfer to this account number here of 40,000 naira. Now, the money was not the problem, but I was paid on how that money left my account. And I told myself that I will go back there again and make a video of them. Now, if you look at this video clearly, you will see so many cars lined up. I was there that day. So many people made transfers to these police guys, made transfers to them, and they left them. People who did not have any fault at all. They were just there extorting people of their money. Now, is it that SARS, that as they said that SARS are no longer operating, is it that they changed their name? I want to know, honestly speaking. If you look at this video that I'm posting here now, you will say that this particular guy, without a name tag, operating without a name tag, so they don't catch him, without a tag number and all of that, he did not argue or deny the fact that his colleagues collected money from me.
I'll collect my money. You don't need to do like that. No, I'll collect my money. I don't say my bank come. I'll collect my money. And I people tell you that someone account down. See, the bigger one I'll give you now and say, no, that one. You don't hear about it. It doesn't make sense. If I hear, I'll go intervene. I did not hear. And that day you see me there, I was that man that was the service commissioner of finance in Kanu. It don't matter. So the man was in the way that the man was doing. I think he was showing himself. I'm putting in the office. So as I just move, I saw him back with one of my colleagues also. Yeah. I am not even with him, if not. That then I'm going to do my voice. So the next went down my guard there. I didn't say I don't pass, I come. If there is anything that you feel wrong, don't worry. All this one, you are bigger than all this. Let's see, we collect my money. How do you collect? 40,000 naira. No, the money is not a problem. You understand? But after when I introduce myself, give the other guy. If you tell me enter my car, it don't make sense. It don't make sense. You know the work like that is why one of those things we tell them. They don't feel as if when they tell them, sure, I brought that fact out of his mouth. He did not argue. Listen. He listened. He did not argue. Now I want to bring to the attention of the Nigerian police force.
This is happening in Abuja.
There are good policemen out there. There are still a lot of bad eggs inside of them that are trying to discredit the good efforts of the good ones. This should not be condoned. If they have turned that place to a hub, coming from Uye to Tako behind, following Salem Road, they have turned that place to a hub where they extort money from people. This should stop. Look at the video and this particular video. I don't tell you my mind. I already pass. I don't tell you my mind. That's what I'm for me that day. I go from town. Me, I know the my own. But you know what I want to get collect us out of command. You know for this. I don't even tell this other man there. After I stay myself, I don't bring them to people. And I said, I said the bigger one will come.
I want to go and do something for me, make one people for me for all my cars. You guys insist they collect $40,000 from hand. It don't make sense. Me, I will tell you my mind. Is the one that collected money from me when he entered my car. He entered my car and insisted that I give him money. This police extortion must stop. It does not make sense. And I'm calling on the Nigerian police force to ensure that this does not go unpunished. It might just be me speaking up, but there are a lot of people who might not have the kind of platform that I have, that they've extorted. And if this story resonates with you, that they have done same with you, please kindly comment on that and draw the attention of the Inspector General of Police to these boys. I asked them for their unit, their office, where their division where they are coming from, and they said abattoir. And abattoir was the former SARS office. That is where these guys came from, with unmarked car. They are not dressed properly. Look at the other guy in that video, not dressed properly. Please, everyone, help me tag the Nigerian police force and also the IG. God bless everyone.
That is Nigeria for you, the Nigeria that they are hiding. Finland is looking for terrorists of Nigeria. Look at them. Look at them. Evidence, yafu. Look at how they are extorting people, kidnapping people. They kidnap, they extort, they kill, they shoot, they destroy lives. Many evidence for people who don't know Nigeria. This is what Simon Ekpa is preventing from our side. This is what Nnamdi was preventing. This is why Finland today is holding Simon Ekpa for preventing this crime. How can you justify that? How can you justify? We will continue to bring it for them. For those who feel they don't hear, you will see Nigerian military and police. They are the terrorists. Look at another one. Look at another one. This one, they have SARS that they say that they don't close SARS. SARS is still working full time. SARS is still working full time. Look at them. This one, military police fighting each other. Terrorists.
I said I go to the commander because you know because they don't deserve the gun. You know something they don't deserve the gun. They don't deserve that gun now. You know say that the magazine they answer. They don't deserve the gun now. Police, what do you now?
She said that police come with that one. That police comes.
They are criminal police without uniform, with unmarked vehicle. Military, they engaging them. Mad people everywhere. This is Nigeria. Lawless place, a place of lawlessness. SARS is still operating. The military versus police. They disarm the policemen with unmarked vehicle. They are going to steal. Criminal police versus criminal army. That is Nigeria.
The motor said no cannot buy, no go dey suspicious. This is a tinted glass now. Now police gone. But do that. Like they say, they play soldier man. They don't disarm them, and I will disarm. They don't disarm them. It just say all their magazine already there. Yeah, I took all the number for the message. So.
That is Nigeria. We are showing Nigeria to the world. This is what Simon Ekpa was protecting Biafra land from. Protecting our people from. This is what Nnamdi Kanu was protecting our people from. And they arrested him. They arrested him. They say we don't have the rights.
Okay, now you tell us this. Now the job is carry there because of the job is wrong. You understand? That's the paper can knock the ground. And then go inside.
These are a bunch of criminals everywhere. You see, illegal checkpoints. The soldiers now confronted them, disarmed them, and take a with unmarked vehicle with a block road. You see road block they put. This is how Nigeria operates. In Abuja, that man was confessing about his own Abuja experience. A very corrupt and a country that is extraordinarily corrupt, fantastically corrupt to a different level. And let us hear the statement of this guy. Some of them are even support. Look at this guy.
Forget Tinubu, you're president.
Justin Bieber, many of you know, this guy is a missionary that has been helping Christian genocide victims in Nigeria. Instead of Nigeria to support him, Nigerians are attacking him. A man who is coming to voice, add his own opinion, even help to call United States to come and intervene in the issue of Nigeria. Instead of appreciating him, what Nigerians do, they attack him in his platform. This man saw genocide firsthand. He saw it in Nigeria while he was in Nigeria. He saw it. They blackmailed him. They painted him evil. All kind of bad thing against him. Today he's back in the United States and still making the voice of the Christian heard. I want us to hear the message he has.
Forget Tinubu, your president's a pedophile. Okay, let's go. Trump signed the Epstein Transparency Act. 3.5 million pages were released. Almost 200,000 pictures, 2,000 videos, published in public. Is Trump there? Yes. So is Elon Musk. So are hundreds of other businessmen and politicians and scientists. But almost none of them are being charged with anything. People in a rich man's flight log does not mean criminal or guilty. It's not a crime. Are there 6 million pages in total that we want everything to be released? Absolutely. We've been lobbying for this. We've retweeted it. We've talked about it. But how about you say that about Tinubu? Oh, wait. A U.S. judge forced Tinubu to forfeit almost $500 million that was directly tied to heroin drug trafficking. This is a fact. It cannot be argued. And he wasn't charged. He wasn't tried. That's what we want to know. Why did Tinubu not go to jail for being involved with heroin drug trafficking? And last week, his lawyers and the FBI are pushing the court to keep these records concealed from the public. And what's even worse is that the Nigerian government paid $9 million to a U.S. lobbying firm in Washington, D.C. to tell the U.S. government and lie that Nigeria is protecting Christians when every single day Christians are being killed. Innocent men asked for the file. Guilty men wanted to be concealed. And you ask, why do I care? Thousands of villages have been burned to the ground across Nigeria. Children and babies are literally being turned to charcoal. Sons and daughters being butchered to pieces. And 2 decades have gone by and there is no justice. Terrorists are not being apprehended. Terrorism continues to reign in Nigeria. And that isn't a system that is broken. It's a system that is operating exactly how it's designed to.
Absolutely.
Who should have spent at least a decade in jail has been walking free for 3 decades. How can we expect terrorism and evil to end in Nigeria with...
What this guy said, I have said it in many of my videos, that Nigeria is operating according to how it is designed to operate. The only people that is seeing Nigeria that is not functioning well, it is the innocent people like me and you. The innocent ones. We are the one that think, oh, Nigeria is not working well. But Nigeria is working and operating according to how it was designed to work. It is only the innocent one that feel that Nigeria is not working. That Nigeria is not working. But to the people that put that structure in place, it is working perfectly well. It can be better than it is. And when I say it, some people don't understand. I have been saying this, and this guy has just repeated it, that Nigeria is working perfectly as it is designed. The terrorism you are seeing, the genocide you are seeing, the massacre you are seeing, the attack against Christians, the attack against the Biafran people, the illegality, the frustration, the human rights, the fraud is the way Nigeria was designed, and it is working that way.
There's no justice. So no, I'm not going to drop it. I'm sick of receiving pictures and videos of Nigerians being slaughtered, innocent people, and that nobody is actually ending it. It's not the world's job to end what is happening in Nigeria. It is the Nigerian leaders and the Nigerian country to end this evil, and they're not doing it. And all these Muslims and APC supporters are angry that I'm telling the truth. You know, it's not a surprise when people say that Trump is a pedophile. Yet the Prophet Muhammad that you glorify, you praise, you revere, according to Sahih Bukhari, he married a 6-year-old child, has sex with a 9-year-old.
No,
it literally calls for and allows sex slavery. You can rape women who are not Muslims. They do not need to consent. This is in Islamic literature. If you want to actually address immorality and wrongdoing, abandon Islam.
That was Justin Bieber making his point. One great point he made there that it is you that will save yourself. Not even the United States can save you. Not even the United States of America can save you. It is you that will save yourself wherever you are. It is you that will save yourself. If you think the United States are the one going to save you, you are making a mistake. And that is what Justin Bieber is saying there. That's what he's saying. He's absolutely right. He made a great point. Nigeria is working the way it was designed to work. And these are the things I come here, I sing about it every day. But maybe because we are saying it on social media, they will say, oh, these ones are talking. Just like some idiots will come and type on the comment section, looking for attention. It's a pity. Our duty is to continue to bring the truth about Nigeria, not just what we feel. Confirmation. I will play this one again. This is one, I will be playing this one throughout the whole this week.
The terrorist is your government. Yes. The people in government are the terrorists. So how can you say that you want to fight terrorism when the terrorists are the killers? And the terrorists are running the government. And the terrorists are the one in Savara using terrorism to mine gold.
Tell them.
And use the gold to fund campaign and become chairman of campaign.
Okay.
And you are there, you don't want to recognize that. You don't know that it is those who work in security and those who are in government who are the beneficiary of this kidnapping money. All right. You don't know this. You were starting all kind of drama here. Let me put that.
You want to stop him?
I understand. But no, don't start time. You didn't give the time earlier. Let us respect you. You did not have counted. So the point I'm making is this. Let us make it clear. Yes. What is clear today, if you want to know the truth, if you remove these politicians who you keep re-electing, they will go away and their terrorist partners will go away. If you keep re-electing them, the terrorists will continue because they and the terrorists are in partnership. Okay. And if you are talking of fiscal, okay, in Buhari's government, let me tell you something clearly. In Buhari's government, and some members of that government are here. When they were leaving, in addition to all the stealing, theft, and all of that, they left 33.7 trillion in money they printed without appropriation of the National Assembly. And they used all that money to buy dollars at official rate from Emefiele and call themselves to trillionaires. Okay. So, and all of that money, substantial part of it was taken in the name of security. Therefore, in conclusion, yes, your government is more terroristic than the government of Afghanistan or Sudan. So that is why you are under terrorism. Yeah, but
you see, I don't know why Finland is not paying attention to what is happening in Nigeria. How can somebody watch this kind of a thing and yet you are holding an innocent man? You are accusing a Biafran agitator, an activist, you are indicting an activist for terrorism when the terrorist is the government itself. A legitimate court in Canada have said it. People in Nigeria are saying it. Now, their informant in Nigeria, very dark man, is saying it. The police themselves, I played their own here, they said it. What evidence do you know you want again? What evidence do you want for you to know that the terrorists are the one running the affairs in Nigeria? So if you are looking for a terrorist, you look for the government. Go to Asarok, go to House Assembly, go to Senate. That is where you find them. Not in Finland. Not in Kenya. Not in other parts of the world. Not in Europe, not in America, not Australia, not in Asia. The terrorists are there in Nigeria, in Abuja, in the House of Assembly, in Asarok, in the Senate. Why is it difficult for them to find them? A terrorist country where lawlessness is the order of the day. I don't know. I don't know what Finland saw. I don't know. Must it always be economic interest? Let us hear this one. The case of Nnamdi Kanu, remember?
One point is that Nigerians need to keep in mind that despite carnage of NSAS, a lot of people died on both sides of the aisle. Security agents died, innocent Nigerians died. They are not dressed as well, especially at taking it. Nobody was convicted to this date regarding NSAS except Nnamdi Kanu. And it wasn't even in the constitution. Yes, it was mentioned in the judgment. So Nigerians need to ask themselves, anybody watching, is that right thing to do? Is one of the things that is wrong with the judgment? The only person that stands convicted as of today, check it out, and Google it, issuing from the NSAS protest, either policeman on the other side, security agent for killing innocent people, or any of the innocent Nigerians accused of anything. Nobody has been convicted. Nobody has been prosecuted except Nnamdi Kanu that has been convicted for NSAS. And he was convicted despite the fact that none of the NSAS reports, including the crime report issued from Lagos State, where most of violence occurred, 99% of violence occurred in Lagos State, indicted him. Never called him by name and never even mentioned IPOB. That is very strange.
That is the illegality we are talking about, Nigeria. This is that illegality we are talking about, Nigeria, that must be addressed, that people must not ignore. People must not ignore. The illegality in the Zoological Republic, it is smelly. The criminality of Nigerian government, it is disturbing. It cannot be overlooked. And that is why every one of us must keep our eyes open and pay attention to everything that is happening. That is why we can never ever be part of Nigeria, not today, not tomorrow, not ever. No amount of propaganda will make us to be in this Zoological Republic. My fellow Biafrans, as long as you are under the pursuit of self-determination, which our eternal leader, Dim Odumegwu started, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu lighting up the fire, and today Mazi Simon Ekpa is defending it in the international community, international world. Every one of us must continue to pray and support them. We are one people. I don't care the group where you belong. I do not care who you follow. I do not care the name or the title you give yourself. We are one people. Under these three men you see here. Under these three men you are seeing on the screen. We are one people. Under them, in pursuit of one goal. The only goal we are pursuing is freedom. And we will continue to pursue that goal until it has been achieved. We can disagree without being hateful. We can disagree without being hostile. You can be in any group you wish to be in. There is no law that says we'll be in one place. But wherever you are, remember, the mission is Biafra. The mission is not to blackmail your brother or your sister. The mission is not to lie against your brother or your sister. The mission is not to hate your brother, your sister, the mission is Biafra. If you know the best way you can get Biafra, go ahead and do it, regardless the group where you belong. I pray that Chukwu Okike will continue to guide and protect every single one of us. I pray that Chukwu Okike, only him and him alone, will lead us to the direction we are supposed to go. I pray that Chukwu Okike, who gave us life today, will direct us and teach us the path that we shall go. Wherever you are and you're watching this program, never give up. The battle has just started. And we are going to fight this battle until we win. Are we going to win the battle? Definitely, we shall overcome. No matter what the enemies are doing, don't give up. Don't give up. No matter what the enemies are doing, no matter what they say, no matter under which umbrella they say it, never give up. Remain strong. We shall overcome. We are going to end this program with the message of Simon Ekpa, one of his videos. We're going to pray. And I say, may Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect every one of us. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our Supreme Nnamdi. No weapon formed or fashioned against us as Biafra shall prosper. And no weapon formed or fashioned against our Supreme Leader, Nnamdi, shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Prime Minister, shall prosper. We shall overcome. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being part of this program. We must continue until our freedom is signed and sealed. We must continue until our freedom is signed and sealed. Don't be afraid. Don't fear anything. No matter who they are, don't fear them. Remain consistent. We shall overcome. Thank you so much for watching. See you again tomorrow morning. If you have not shared this program, share it. Share it. Let it go viral. Share this program to all platforms. Click the notification bell. Like and share. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified on time. You join us tomorrow for our tomorrow program. It is going to be a bombshell tomorrow. More revelations is coming tomorrow. It is time of exposition of Nigerian government. More is coming tomorrow. Join us while you're listening to this last message as we go. Remain blessed. And Chukwu Okike will guide and protect every one of you. Thank you for watching.
But I need you to understand that now is the time for us to attack more.
Okay.
If they say we are being insulted, insult them 100 times more now.
All right.
Because the devil has come out. Can you believe it? The serpent has reared its ugly head. We must decapitate it. We must cut off the head of the serpent. Now, not tomorrow.
Not tomorrow.
You don't know it's a connected attack against us to say that they can get our people to move. To say, oh, I don't want to, if this is the time of Biafra and it's going to come. Me, I don't want it to, Biafra is not a religious figure. When I say that you are free to worship the snake if you want, they don't want to hear that.
You see? Are you hearing it? You are free.
We need a Biafra for freedom. Biafra as a religious authority. Let me say on radio Biafra that you can worship a tortoise if you want to.
You see?
Can worship a goat. That's your business. But when I hear, you will never hear that one. Is that one that they are treacherous, envious, stubborn nature is telling them? That's what they want.
Yes.
That's what they want.
Yes.
Stubborn thinker. That is what it doesn't matter how you explain that thing they want to write for the world.
Yes.
Not that thing.
They are doing it today. They are not in this. They can't. They can't. Now, it didn't end here. I want you people to also listen to Nnamdi Kanu. Say he don't trust nobody. He don't trust you. All these people that are talking rubbish, Nnamdi Kanu do not trust you.
He preached about the Iraq, the criminals, expelled criminals in IPOB. As Nnamdi Kanu speak about them. Now, listen to how he speak about them.
Because as they say, we will come from Obi the Bible.
Obi the Bible. Can you not tell?
You will wake up and find a black man doing the next morning. Okay. I am the only person that I can vouch for that tomorrow morning I'll be like you.
You see?
Everything that happened.
All right.
So go and search your conscience, all of you.
Search your conscience, all of you.
And ask yourself, am I ready for this battle?
Ask yourself, are you ready for this battle? He was talking to the criminals we have successfully expelled. He was talking to the Iraq we have successfully expelled. He was talking to Barrister Joe, the criminal and the murderer. He's talking to anybody and all the people that have actually betrayed because he was kidnapped in Kenya. He was talking to them. So now search yourself. Are you the one Nnamdi Kanu was talking about here?
We are in a very dangerous phase of the battle. The battle of hearts and minds.
Okay?
No, there is something. This is how Biafra is going to be. It will be a dictatorship. It will be this. And I have told them I will not be the head of state.
Okay.
Because as they say, we will come from Obi the Bible.
Listen.
Obi wants to wake up and find a black man doing this movie. Alright? So I am the only person that I can vouch for that tomorrow morning I will be like you. I'll tell you everything that happened.
Okay.
So go and search your conscience.
I tell.
And say, and ask yourself, am I ready for this battle?
You are not ready.
We are in a very dangerous phase of the battle.
The
battle of hearts and minds.
Yes.
No, there is something. This is how Biafra is going to be. It will be a dictatorship. It will be this. And I have told them I will not be the head of state. Because as they say, we will come from Obi the Bible. You have never tell. Once you will wake up and find a black man doing the next morning. No. I am the only person that vouch for that tomorrow morning I will be like you. Everything that happened. So go and search your conscience, all of you.
All of you search yourself.
And ask yourself, am I ready for this battle?
Am I ready?
We are in a very dangerous phase of the battle. Okay. Battle of hearts and minds.
Right.
No, there is something. This is how Biafra is going to be. It will be a dictatorship. It will be this. And I have told them I will not be the head of state.
Right. Now, you have just listened to Nnamdi Kanu. Which one of them have followed him? Oh, Nnamdi Kanu. They never followed him. It was all deception. Now, and the multitude doesn't need to fight for this freedom and get it. Only the chosen ones fight it. All we need from you is your support, financially and otherwise. Now, I want to commend those who are repenting. I want to commend those who have now come to realize that all the blackmail against Aguneba, they are all lies and propaganda. And they are repenting. So this is one of them. If you repent, we'll play your voice. All right.
So here you have pure action, and the action gives those that so more than support 100% because when you were and no workers were make you go before. Alright. So get an and go fully in support of you. Oh yeah, get the brain I buy a colonized story to go one near. I had that for how long will the favorite birds can go in the hands of their own keeper? We can't keep like this. So now I'm afraid of always see what's happening in the US. When I'm anywhere I will come out and challenge you than the defendant market. You know, the freedom fighter. So in the US, once one I each other I will do squadron. This poster flyers for Biafra freedom. Yes. So we will tell you take a guy must know who and we will fight you guys because you are justice kind of fight. So I call him story. Get about this Lucas now from Simon Ekpa. All right. Madam, before my candidate challenge him, he needed action. I have been saying it from day one. What we need is action, not history. History, please.
Because, first of all, they ask you not to listen to Simon Ekpa. It is a plan, and you buy the idea. They ask you, don't share anything about Simon Ekpa, so that you will not know the truth. These people are pure evil, demonic, and just the same pattern that the Fulani. What the Fulani does, they say, let us remove history. Don't teach history. So that they are going to die for the lack of knowledge of their history. That's what these criminals did in Nigeria. They say, don't share Simon Ekpa, because if you watch Simon Ekpa, you are going to listen to the truth. You will know that Simon Ekpa is not deviating, and Simon Ekpa is standing where he stands with Ogen. So they say, don't listen to him, don't share his videos, block anybody that shares Ekpa here, remove the person. And they succeeded in removing everybody that listens to Simon Ekpa. So how can you know what I am doing? This one just happened to listen to the preaching and the broadcast of the other day that was mentioning about the posters. Only that, because he has not been following what we are doing. And all of them, many of them, don't follow. The only thing they do is don't listen to Simon Ekpa, and they don't listen. So when they see one video, they will cut it. It's some Simon Ekpa, they say don't share, don't listen. They will cut one video that suit their narrative, and they will be sharing it. Simon Ekpa say no Biafra. Simon Ekpa say Biafra is dead. Simon Ekpa, and they will be sharing it. The same people will now cut video of Simon Ekpa addressing IPOB in Germany after the attack of him. Man, oh, look at him, he's attacking IPOB. He's calling us Nnamdi. They are sharing the video. But they ask you not to watch Simon Ekpa. So how do you know what Simon Ekpa is doing? So I'm going to play it again.
From the streets to the villages, the message go round. Every voice, every soul in a freedom sound. No prison can silence what the truth has begun. Like the rising of the moon and the shining of the sun. Hey, they can try to hold you down, but they don't understand. This is bigger than a man, it's the cry of a land. From the learners to the youth, everybody go. Freedom is a seed and it's already grown. Oh, we go rise again. We don't go fail. Your God